Hello everybody, Nathan Hall here. By now you should have the books for this class. If not, I'm sure they're on their way. If you don't get them by the end of next week, let us know. So first thing we're going to look at for this lesson is the hero's journey. For those of you who've had global literature, this will be a review. For those of you who will have global literature, this will be a preview. Here it is in a second. This is how pretty much every story you've ever read works. This is how our comic series is going to work. When we read Astro City, we're going to see lots of themes of this, lots of variations on this theme, but it'll fundamentally usually follow this pattern. We have an introduction to the protagonist's world. The hero gets called to action. They cross a threshold. They get taught by a mentor. They have a challenge. There's temptation. A dark moment where it looks like all is lost. Boating up to an atonement, going to kind of final conflict. Then they're back home again. This should have been there we go. So this might seem new, but you've seen it lots of times in many stories already. These actually go back to ancient times. Pretty much everything you've read in the Bible follows this pattern too. We're going to see them in comic books. So what is a hero, first of all? This will be one of your assignments down below. We're going to define what heroes are, what they do, what makes them different from you and me. There's someone who gives his or her life to something bigger than oneself. Some words we're going to see: the quest, long journey, usually dangerous. Epic, a grand scale. Ethical, doing the right thing. Are heroes good guys? That's going to be one of your questions. Anti, prefix for not. Defiant. What about the hero fights back? We're going to see tragedy, or we're going to see flaws. So here's some questions down below. Do heroes have to be nice guys? Do they have to be perfect? What are some common flaws if they aren't? And when is it right to fight against authority? Those of you in American literature, we already went through that. Here's some definitions we can talk about in the live class. So what's your quest? What's your goal? Who teaches you? Better not just be me. What's your obstacle? Doesn't have to be a real person. What's your threshold guardian? Who comes along and helps you? Where's your trickster? The shapeshifter, the frenemy who changes. Who or what doesn't want you to complete your quest and wants you to do something else, go somewhere else. And then, who's there to help you? So some vocabulary: an archetype, a type of thing. I'm going to talk about archetypal heroes. Threshold, edge, boundary, last part. Tricksters, they like to play jokes, be sneaky. And Astro City, we're going to see a hero who's kind of a trickster. Comic relief, actually we'll see a couple. Someone who is funny to make everything less sad. And the temptress, they want to pull that person away. So we could consider Harry Potter. We have all these archetypes come up. We got Hagrid coming along saying, "You're a wizard, Harry!" His mentor and Earth Mother, some of these will do different roles. Hermione, she helps him out a lot. Niles Longbottom, your comic relief, buddy, whatever. Severus Snape, was he a good guy or not? I can never really tell. But I am pretty sure that this kid, that Draco Malfoy, ooh, he's an obstacle. Always getting in the way. So this will be some things you have to look at down below. Some of the examples: a call to adventure. Bruce Wayne could have just been a normal kid who grew up in a rich family, except for one bad night. Hal Jordan could have just been a test pilot until one day, hey, what's that crash out there? The refusal. Sometimes, no, I don't want to be a hero. I don't want to do this. You're Spider-Man. Nope, not doing it. Here we have Jesus being tempted by Satan. Come on, Jesus. You don't have to die on a cross. You get everything nice and easy for you. Everything can be great. Just have fun with it, Jesus. You don't have to be having any trouble here. But as we'll see, not always the best option. Supernatural aid. Well, this is going to be a big issue of the comic books. What sets them apart? And do the heroes make the power, or do the powers make the hero? We have this example from Arm Fall Off Boy here. Sorry, just checking my internet. And as you can see, we have another example from our reading with the Samaritan. Every story has a mentor, someone who teaches them things. Spider-Man had Uncle Ben, who he did not take very good care of. and who promptly got killed. Daredevil has Stick. Daredevil, as you can tell, Stick is really mean to him a lot of times. It's usually at this point the writers sneak in lessons for you. The Threshold. They leave everything behind, becomes an adventure. Here's a classic example when Peter Pan takes Wendy right out the window. Another example, the Fantastic Four and their rocket, they leave the planet. No going back after that. Challenges and trials. Wonder Woman, ever since she left her little island, had a whole lot of them going on. In particular, she had this guy, Steve Trevor, her love interest, the guy she always had to keep rescuing. Just about every hero at some point where they seem to be dead. All hope is lost. Spider-Man throws away his suit, says, forget this. Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite. Iron Man says, oh jeez, I can put on the suit or I can drink a bottle. This is easier. And Superman was beaten to death by Doomsday. But do the heroes give up? No. They come back. They change. They do it again. They accept who they are. There's an atonement. They have to make up for their failings. Sometimes they even make amends with the villain in a strange way and establish a kind of peace with them. But as you can see here, Batman ends the Killing Joke by laughing along with the Joker. Luke Skywalker makes his atonement with his dad. And every story ends with a return to the world. Okay, well, the day is saved. Here we have the Avengers sitting around eating shawarma. Well, all right. Things go back to normal. You know, city's going to get rebuilt. We do our thing. Hobbits go back to the Shire. And possibly have a sequel. So these examples will be below some of the questions as well. Do your best. If you have any questions, just let me know. Come to the live class or meet me in cafe.